Episode 56HH August 12, 2023. Please upload PDF letters to your emails to 13 Assistant Attorney Generals and email by August 24, 2023. Please go to https://RAWSEP President testwordpress.com/ please contact Attorneys General about August suit versus E P A asking for certainty for wood stove users. RAWSEP asks for complaint-based SITM based on PM monitor data exceeding EP/. Please send 13 emails by August 24, 2023. Please copy and paste into the body of an email or download the 13 email letters, below, to Deputy Attorney Generals, Assistant Attorney Generals, and a General Counsel for 10 U.S. states and a Puget Sound organization. Please attach each of the 13 PDF letters to an email from yourself to each of 13 emails you intend to send to the 13 recipients. Please send these emails by August 24, 2023, when the deadline for response from the EPA has been requested by the Assistant Attorney Generals. What follows is the letter to the Alaska Assistant Attorney General. Dear Alaska Assistant Attorney General Doig, Cody.Doig@alaska.gov. Dr. Anthony Fauci's innovation of parallel track in 1989 A1 allowed human use of the drug AZT in AIDS drugs clinical trials, and at the same time A2 allowed human use of the drug ganciclovir to counteract side effects of AZT causing human blindness. Dr. Fauci's parallel track could be a template for indoor residential wood-burning stove. Parallel track in 2023 for B1 allowed human use of indoor residential wood-burning stoves after certification as safe by the EPA using current emission limits of 2 grams PM2.5 per hour, National Stationary Performance Standards for Wood Stove Certification, NSPS, 2020 emission limits for cordwood, NSPS subject to change in response to threatened lawsuit by 10 Assistant Attorney Generals in August 2023, because of what the Office of the Inspector General, OIG, in his February 2023 report stated was a flawed process of certification allowing loopholes pushed by the wood stove industry, at the same time as B2 allowed human use of purple air PM2.5 monitors in the yards of near neighbors of indoor residential wood stove users in order to detect PM2.5 above 35 micrograms per cubic meter average in a 24-hour period, National Ambient Air Quality Standards, NOx, 2023 limit, citizen testimony. In February 2023 hearings on changing the NOx to 25 micrograms per cubic meter PM2.5 safe limit average in a 24-hour period was overwhelmingly in favor of the change to a lower 24-hour limit, approximately 250 video commenters to 4 video commenters over a 4-day period of hearings. The reason for AIDS AZT in ganciclovir parallel track in 1989 was because AZT helped against AIDS but contributed to development of blindness. That AZT-related development of blindness could be counteracted by human use of ganciclovir. The human health benefits of allowing deviation from drug clinical trial rules of the Food and Drug Administration, FDA, outweighed the costs of breaking an FDA rule. The reason for 2023 wood stove certification parallel track is that indoor residential wood burning contributed to the development of many health problems and early deaths, especially to near neighbors of indoor residential wood burners who developed these health problems earlier because of hyperlocalized proximity to indoor residential wood stove emissions. In 1989, the interested parties, primarily gay men with AIDS, but only citizens, not drug vendors, not healthcare workers, and not employees of the FDA, lobbying Dr. Fauci were the early victims of AIDS, primarily the gay community. In 2023, the interested parties lobbying the 10 Assistant Attorney Generals are the near neighbors of indoor residential wood burners, the early victims of PM2.5 pollution. Wood burning is 90% PM2.5, particulate pollution of 2.5 micrometer size, the perfect size to infiltrate the human lung, setting off a cascade of human health problems and early deaths. The 2023 interested parties, primarily near neighbors of indoor residential wood burners, are not usually at the table when making decisions that affect adding a parallel track to what the EPA already does. Near neighbors are only citizens, not indoor residential wood stove vendors and not employees of the EPA. One response to correspondence only a few weeks ago to one of the Assistant Attorney Generals was the Assistant Attorney General advising one citizen that this was a state matter and to ask the state for advice on what to do about the PM2.5 pollution from a neighbor's indoor residential wood burning using an EPA-certified wood stove. The state response recently to this one citizen of a state is indifference with no helpful information provided except referral to the EPA website. The response from municipalities and local health departments to this one citizen is indifference, also. A vote of a Wisconsin Conservation Congress by citizens this spring was affirmative on the referendum question of whether the state of Wisconsin should hand out free purple air PM2.5 monitors to citizens who are near neighbors of indoor residential wood burners emitting PM2.5 that enters the yards and infiltrates the homes of near neighbors, requiring the near neighbors to stay out of their yards in their sealed homes and to use air purifiers constantly. The referendum was advisory to the Wisconsin legislature only, and no Wisconsin legislation on the matter has yet been enacted. Some of those near neighbors now work at home, and in addition to this would smoke causing health problems. Indoor residential wood burning interferes with near neighbors' ability to work and earn a living. Why purple air PM2.5 monitors? Purple air PM2.5 monitors are already the citizen scientist PM2.5 monitors used alongside EPA $100,000 PM2.5 monitors on US EPA AirNow maps of smoke and fire, correlated to EPA monitors with a simple mathematical formula. Why rely on laser $249 PM2.5 monitors, rather than $100,000 EPA PM2.5 monitors? $100,000 EPA PM2.5 monitors weigh PM2.5 to determine if it is gravel or wood density before delivering data an hour after PM2.5 is collected. Purple air monitors deliver data counts of PM2.5 particles every 10 minutes. Purple air PM2.5 monitors are located in near neighbors' yards, so the odds that they are measuring PM2.5 of wood density are high. Nevertheless, the purple air monitors are correlated with EPA $100,000 monitors, whether they are handed out by the government or bought by near neighbors for $249, and the data from purple air monitors on the Purple Air online map and the US AirNow maps of smoke and fire are reliable, and have been relied on most recently during the incursion of Canadian wildfire into many United States. If a human being is running a temperature, it is a good idea to have a thermometer at home so that if a reading of 104 happens, the patient can go to the hospital and have their temperature tested by some expensive and probably unnecessarily accurate to the fourth decimal hospital thermometer. Readings showing accurate and timely PM2.5 levels pinpointing the indoor residential wood burning source are only possible using hyperlocalized monitors. $100,000 EPA monitors are usually located near industrial sites, measuring both PM2.5 of gravel density from construction and PM2.5 of wood density from other industrial emissions such as those from coal and biomass plants, although wood-burning emissions at biomass wood-burning plants are not counted toward climate goals. Because state and local governments look to the federal government's Environmental Protection Agency to set air quality standards and to set methods of air quality regulation, the parallel track of certifying wood stoves at the same time as handing out purple air PM2.5 monitors to near neighbors of indoor residential wood burners who complain of pollution entering their yards and infiltrating their homes needs to come from the federal government. The federal government's National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, NIAID, initiated parallel track in 1989. PM2.5 pollution is a carrier of disease, it has been reported this month in 2023. Not exactly infectious disease in the normal sense, but one example recently is that PM2.5 increases antibiotic resistance. Antibiotics against infectious disease will not work as effectively if the pollution from indoor residential wood burning is allowed to continue unregulated by PM2.5 monitors in the yards of complaining near neighbors, the canaries in a coal mine of pollution that causes human disease, and also contributes to hastening climate change. Assistant Attorney Generals, Deputy Attorney Generals and General Counsel have, by threatening this lawsuit against an agency of the federal government, made near neighbors of polluting indoor residential wood burners your constituents. Please act both to sue the EPA if they do not act in a timely manner by C1, changing to lower pollution limits allowed for indoor wood stove emissions, and C2, asking an agency of the federal government concerned with human health, such as NIAID, to act from the top, from the federal government, to hand out PM2.5 purple air monitors to any citizen near neighbor of an indoor residential wood burner who complains of polluting wood smoke entering their yards and infiltrating their homes. Thank you. The states involved are Alaska, Illinois, Maryland, Massachusetts, Minnesota, New Jersey, New York, Oregon, Vermont, and Washington, as well as the Puget Sound Clean Air Agency. The emails of the 13 Deputy Attorney Generals, Assistant Attorney Generals and General Counsel and their emails are Cody.Doig at alaska.gov Alaska Senior Assistant Attorney General email, Cody Doig. Jason.James at ilag.gov Illinois Assistant Attorney General email, Jason James. Skoldstein at oag.state.md.us Maryland Special Assistant Attorney General email, Stephen Goldstein. Turner.Smith at mass.gov Massachusetts Assistant Attorney General email, Turner Smith. Peter.Serto at ag.state.mn.us Minnesota Special Assistant Attorney General email, Peter Serto. Lisa.Morelli at law.njoag.gov New Jersey Deputy Attorney General email, Lisa Morelli. Nicholas.Bottino at ag.newyork.gov New York Assistant Attorney General email, Nicholas Bottino. Paul.Garahan at doj.state.or.us Oregon Attorney in Charge email, Paul Garahan, one of two or attorneys. Steve.Novik at doj.state.or.us Oregon Special Assistant Attorney General email, Steve Novik, one of two or attorneys. Jennifer.Scleanair.gov General Counsel, Puget Sound Clean Air Agency, Jennifer A. Dold. Nick.Persampieri at Vermont.gov Vermont Assistant Attorney General email, Nick Persampieri. Caroline.Kress at atg.wa.gov Washington Assistant Attorney General email, Caroline Kress. Chris.Wrights at atg.wa.gov Washington Assistant Attorney General email, Chris Wrights.